We've spoken about a solid uptrend in range-bound markets. It's really tough to trade this particular earnings environment and the debt ceiling into February, but that doesn't always have to be the case. We traded Intel earnings. Tell us how the trade played out.
Okay, so I looked at Intel's earnings, and there's implying about a 4% move based on the at-the-money straddles. Stock's trading 22.60. I added the 22.5 weekly calls, which are the January calls, plus the put. It was 90 cents. It was implying a 4% move. I went back and I looked at how much the stock has moved over the last 8 quarters. Over the last 8 quarters, it has only moved over 4% one time. So what I did is I sold the at-the-money straddle, which is the 22.5 call, 22.5 put, but I never sell straddles naked because that means blowout risk. I bought the 21.5 put, and I bought the 23.5 call. It's known as an iron condor. Basically, I want Intel, which I see it going across the tape around 22.27 right now, as close to 22.50 as possible. I did this for 64 cents.
Explain to everyone why you look at the straddle. Why is that the metric that you use?
Yeah, basically, I look at the at-the-money straddle because that's how much the market makers, the Citadels, the Goldman Sachs are implying the stock is going to move. It works best with the weekly options. Not every earnings has weekly options. Now we're in January expiration, so it works the best. You know, in general, Intel usually does have weekly options. There's about 170 stocks that have weekly options. If I use a catalyst, I basically want to play the catalyst and move on. So I had this head of catalyst, and it works best on Thursday. So I traded GE as well using the January options, and I used Intel, and I also did Morgan Stanley.
Give us your thoughts on the overall market, because so many traders are struggling with picking the top, picking the bottom. When is volatility coming back into the market? I personally think once we get into February expiration and moving into March, it could be a great year for stock picking, some M&A activity, but you have a lot of guys scratching their heads over the next couple of weeks.
Well, I look at price action and price momentum. 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 Action and price momentum.